Welcome back to Sharing Your Stories. This time I'm bringing you an old friend, Przemek Kutnyj. He's one of those persons that is, I will say, humorous, a great trainer, and someone with a lot of crazy ideas and imagination. I met him in Poland a couple of years ago, and today I would like that he shares a little bit about his story, how he got started, and maybe Przemek, what was your great inspiration to become a trainer, and most important, a humorous trainer?
Hmm. Um, I'm a business trainer, and I think that the main inspiration came by accident. You know, it was by accident because during my studies, I didn't want to be a teacher. I had that possibility, but I didn't want to do this. But after the studies, I had opportunity to work as a PR manager, and then, by accident, I had a chance to deliver public speaking training. And that's why I knew from this very moment that this is something for me, that this is maybe my vocation, let's say, that this is something I should do. It wasn't that obvious because later on I still was a peer manager for about 10 years, but simultaneously I was doing this public speaking stuff regarding to this delivering trainings and so on. Mm, you told us something about humorous aspect, and yes,
Mhm.
this is important, but not necessarily during public speaking trainings, rather in public speeches at all, because I like humor at all, but not necessarily it is always desirable during the trainings. Of course, it's important. I put it from time to time when I know that my audience will accept it, because not always the audience is ready to have some fun.
And for example, Chimek, how did you develop that skills in the humorous area? Because, for example, I'm a terrible in that area, but you're a specialist in that field. How did you develop that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because there is a general rule regarding to the great stand-uppers. I'm not a great stand-upper. I'm not a great comedian, to be honest. But there is a rule regarding to these comedians and stand-up masters that they very often have depression. They have mental problems. Maybe I don't have those big problems, but to some extent, I'm from time to time a sad person. Sometimes I'm more critical towards the reality than enthusiastic about it. So I see some things which normal people maybe don't even notice. And from my point of view, reality consists of both aspects. This happy one, funny one, and those sad one, not very nice, dark side. And now, especially in social media, we observe that everyone is happy. It's strange. It's suspicious for me. I'm always interested in what is behind the front door. This is much more interesting. But to be honest and to answer seriously to your question, I think that making fun of yourself is one of the best cures regarding your problems and regarding the things which are painful for you. It's a cure for these things which are painful simply. I had some painful things in my life, and because of humor, because I'm able to make fun of it right now, I'm rather healthy than not. So that's why.
And do you believe that this part of making fun of yourself is something that you develop over the years, or there is
Yes.
something that is difficult to handle? How did you accomplish that?
Yeah, a very good question, Federico, because it's a matter of maturity, I think. I'm 42 years old, and I think that I discovered that I make fun of myself quite late. It was during the second part of my 30s, so it is late. And when I think that it could be a sign of my maturity, I still think it's very late, too late. I think it could have happened earlier, but better sooner than later, I think. So that's how I see that. That's how I perceive that. It's a matter of maturity, your own being able to be mature, simply being mature.
And how would you encourage some people that maybe they're in the early 20s or they're even teenagers to try to make fun of that? Because when you're a teenager, I think you will never try to make fun of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, mm, I think about one advice because, of course, it's not easy. But hmm, when I think about my experience, when I think about all the people I've met and about all the important events I participated in, I think that the most important thing is to experience. It's trivial. Sorry, it's trivial. It's experience yourself in many different circumstances. So you know what your style is. So you know what is suitable for you or not. So you know whether some company is right for you or not. Experiencing the life is the only way to make a progress, and leaving your comfort zone, I know it's still trivial, but leaving this comfort zone is very important. For example, I had one stand I participated in one stand-up as a stand-upper. It was a failure, but the absolute failure. So I think that experiencing yourself even in this kind of failures is very important, because then you know what is right for you or not. You can make fun of it, because to feel better with this you have to rationalize it, and one of the way to rationalize the hardest experiences is to make fun of it. The more distance you have, the better. The more mature you are, the shorter distance you need to make fun of it.
And what has been the best experience when you finally became humorous, when you were able to discover that? What has been the greatest accomplishment after that?
Accomplishment regarding to the awards or stuff like this?
Let's Your personal accomplishment that you felt like, well, it could be an award that you earn. That's accomplishment also, but what you feel that was the most successful thing for you to learn that skill?
Hmm. From my point of view, the biggest accomplishments I have when I'm ready to smile, to make fun of the things which were painful for me or not nice for me a few years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. When I can say to myself, take it easy, boy, it's not that important. Eternity doesn't care about it. It doesn't care about my problems. It don't give the, no problem about it. Mm, so yes, then I feel my accomplishments, because those awards are not that important, like your own personal feeling that okay, something painful may happen, but I will handle it.
Thank you very much, Chemek. And maybe you would like to share a place where people can reach you out and know more about your services and everything that you're doing.
Well, in Polish it's easy because it's www.przemysławkutny.pl. But in English, I don't have any place like this when I can encourage you to visit. If you want to study Polish, I encourage you to visit my YouTube channel, wystąpienia publiczne, dobra mowa, wystąpienia publiczne, and that's all. But if you would like to have some advice, if you want to have a small conversation, I encourage you to contact me personally via this webpage I've mentioned a while ago.
For sure, I'm going to add them here so people can reach you out. Any final thoughts that you would like to add, Chemek?
I have one final thought, Federico, that However, I'm a bit introvert, not a bit, I am an introvert. I appreciate in my life the meetings, thanks to which I know the people like you, because it's very nice that you asked me about this short interview after a few years of not seeing each other, remembering that we had this acquaintance, and I remembered you as a very nice, very intelligent guy, and I hope you think the same about me. But this is experience, I think, that makes me believe that there are no accidental meetings. And thanks to you, I'm sure of it once again. Thank you very much, Federico.
Thank you very much, Chemek. And hopefully we will listen other fantastic stories like Chemek's one. See you the next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.